Paramshanti. First, we must understand what non duality is because this concept is very complicated and mostly people talks about non duality, but the real meaning of non duality has to be understood first. The non duality in Sanatan scripture is known as Advait, and the famous words pertaining to concept of non duality is Aham Brahmasmi and Sarva Khalbidam Brahma. That means I am Brahma and everything is Brahma. But how a soul will realize this? How how to understand this? So non-duality refers to the source of creation, not the creation. But here it tells that everything is Brahma. That means creation is also Brahma. So even much before Raman Maharshi or Swami Vivekananda, the concept of non-duality was made popular by Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Even much before Adi Guru, the concept of non-duality was clearly explained in Brahma Sutra, which was compiled by Ved Vyas. So non-duality is an integral part of Sanatan scriptures. This has been realized intellectually by many ancient sages, so they have compiled all these concepts very clearly in Brahma Sutra, that is also called Vedanta. One thing is realizing Brahma in true sense, and other one is understanding the concept of Brahma at intellectual level. So there are two different concepts altogether. Even within six branches of Indian philosophy, there are two concepts run parallel. One is proposed by Sankhya Shastra and other is by Brahma Sutra. Both are true, but when a seeker does not understand the actual meaning, then he or she finds differences between concepts of Sankhya and Brahma Sutra. So Brahma Sutra tells non-duality. Sankhya tells duality in the sense it tells about Purush and Prakriti. Sankhya talks about Purush and Prakriti. That means the creation has two components. One is Purush, which is nothing but Brahma, and other is Prakriti, that is manifested creation, that is visible and invisible matter as well as energy. So Prakriti is matter as well as energy, but Brahma is beyond matter, beyond energy. So Brahma, one has to, one cannot realize or intellectually understand unless and until the soul is self-realized, or the soul has direct vision of Brahma. So one must understand deep into it. Whereas in Brahma Sutra, it is clearly tells everything is Brahma. That means there is nothing separate existence of Prakriti or from Brahma. But due to non-realization of these two concepts, still there are two cults in Indian philosophy. One group goes by Sankhya and other group goes by Brahma Sutra. And if we talk about science, science talks about duality of matter only. That is, every particle is associated with a waveform. This is nothing but nature, that is Prakriti, which may be matter or energy. So science has no knowledge of Brahma, that is beyond matter and energy both. So when we talk about non-duality, we refer to Brahma, that is the source of creation. That Brahma became Purusha, that Brahma became Prakriti. So till now we have discussed the knowledge that everyone on earth is talking about duality and non-duality. Again, understanding intellectually and realizing non-duality are altogether different dimension of spirituality. Now we will discuss very briefly what is in our Behad knowledge, what Bapuji has taught us. That is beyond the knowledge of this Sanatan scriptures, where when the word Brahma is used, it refers to incorporeal form of creator of this Brahmand, who is Shiva. Raman Maharshi realized that he is that Brahma by self-introspection and a deep self-inquiry in a state of meditation. What is reflected in his intellect, he spread that knowledge as non-duality, which has been realized long back by our rishis, and it was also in our scriptures. In Behad Gyan, it is very clear that creation is always started from incorporeal form of creator, that is Nirakari, which the scriptures call Brahma. But all realization and explanations in scriptures and experiences of rishis like Raman Maharshi and Swami Vivekananda are limited to Brahma of one Brahmand. But what is the status of Brahma as well as Purush and Prakriti in a galaxy, in a universe, or in a great universe, or in a multiverse, or beyond multiverse? A very higher dimension of creations. All these are explained in this Behad Gyan. If we call the incorporeal creator of a Brahmanda as Brahma, then creator of a galaxy will be called as Mahabrahma. Creator of an universe will be called as Param. So the Brahma is independent, incorporeal, but creation is expanded from Purush and Prakriti. Sun and sunlight are inseparable. Similarly, Purush and Prakriti are inseparable. In completely incorporeal state, what we call Brahma, no expansion of creation is possible. In order to facilitate creation, first Brahma transforms to Purush and Prakriti through affirmation, which we call Sankalp Shakti. Then creation expands. Brahma is supreme light without any attributes and desires. If we want to understand concepts of Brahma, Purush and Prakriti, then we must take an example here. It is just an example. If science asks what is before Big Bang, the answer is Brahma. If science asks what is the time of Big Bang, it is Purush and Prakriti. Because creation starts from Big Bang, so here Purush and Prakriti expands the creation. This is just simile to explain the concept of Brahma, but according to Behad knowledge, it has nothing to do with concept of Big Bang. It is just an example to explain what is Brahma, what is Purush and Prakriti, what is non-duality. So duality arises when creation starts. Before the creation, it is non-duality, Brahma. So if we say without Brahma nothing is possible, then it is true. But realizing this is a different aspect. A very rare soul can differentiate intellectually between Brahma and Purush Prakriti. And directly having vision of these two aspects, Brahma and Purush Prakriti, by any soul on earth is almost rarest of the rare. Every dimension of creation has a definite relationship between Purush and Prakriti, and also has a definite power of Brahma also. This is very clearly explained in Behad Gyan by Bapuji. Definitely, if one asks whether this knowledge conforms to non-duality, definitely this knowledge confirms and explains the concept of non-duality. Also explains how duality arises in the mind of creation, in the mind of souls. But on earth, it is almost impossible to materialize non-duality, that is Brahma. Whereas one may realize intellectually non-duality through constant practice of self-enquiry in meditation. According to non-duality, everything is Brahma. That means our physical body is also Brahma. But physical body of a realized one is also to be cremated or buried after death. Even the body of Swami Vivekananda was cremated, and the body of Raman Maharshi was buried. So, uh, materializing non-duality is almost impossible. So, what we tell, we cannot materialize on earth, but one can intellectually understand these concepts. So, yes, if one delves deep into Behad Gyan by Bapuji, then one can know clearly that it explains and confirms non-duality in every dimension of creation. It is a deeper knowledge. So it explains all dimensions of creation, all laws of vast infinite creations. So it is a vast topic. It can be discussed at length. But here, what I comprehended, I just briefly explained here. Paramshanti.
बेहद की परम शांति सोचो, बोलो परम शांति।
Join us daily for our morning live meditation, Monday to Saturday, 5:30 to 6:30 a.m.
Join us daily for live meditation, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on YouTube Live. Subscribe now. Website www.paramshanti.org. Email us anant@paramshanti.org. Like, share, subscribe. Join today.
बेहद की परम